am now live on Facebook. And welcome. If you've seen this live, I hope you are. And let's see if I can this time see the comments. Hopefully I will be able to as we work through. So welcome to Warrior Wealth Wednesday. I'm really excited to start, if you like, this show, this weekly show that we're going to be doing Wednesday, same back channel every week on Wednesday, 12 o'clock Perth, Western Australian time. And I'm your host, Fiona Jean, Purposeful Warrior. And my passion is to teach others, share my experience and wisdom so you too can generate generational wealth for you and your legacy. The dollars, if you like, that live on to support those that come along long after we've departed from this current human experience that we're living. And the journey is to awakening wealth, and that's often fraught with fear, with doubt. And yet in this brand new series that's taken me a while to convince myself to do, I'll put it that way, I'm going to poke the bear. I'm going to tell it how it is, how I see it, share the truth, you know, from my map of the world, acknowledging and realizing that we all are different. You know, we're all individuals. We all have our own maps, if you like, of how we see things. And I'm going to share it from how I see it, and also in a way, because of the wealth of you know, psychology and neuroscience that I've studied over the years, in a way that I hope that you will also understand, you know, a different way of looking at what your map is and how you can change things so you too can have this time and money freedom and create the generational wealth that will live on long after we do. So if you like, it's sharing what I know, what I've learned, what I've experienced in life throughout this wealth journey, the wealth creation journey, my money story, if you will. That's really what it's about. It's sharing a lot of that. So grab your conscious cuppa. I've got my, today it's blood orange and mango kombucha, which is absolutely beautiful. Good for good health too. So grab your conscious cuppa, your notebook, your pen, perhaps somewhere quiet, and I look forward to engaging with you. If you're live, drop a comment, say hi, let me know where you're from, you know, where you're coming in from. And I suggest really that you like and follow this page, The Purposeful Warrior, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss out when I'm live. And more importantly, the free weekly gifts that are coming your way. Because I know that with the free gifts that come along, they're so valuable. But the big thing is, it's vital that if you do this, you're actually doing the work. So please, don't waste your time. Don't waste my time. If you're not going to do anything, don't bother with the gifts. All right, is that a deal? I'm not FJ for TV. I'm not a weekly sitcom that you can come and just sit back and watch and not be present. I want you to commit to being fully present, to do these lives and doing the work, because success only comes through action. It really does. And let's call it successing. I want successing even more for myself and for you. Hi Jai, thanks for joining. So good to have you here. And if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay, comment, you know, along, post any questions that you have. Make sure you tag me as well if you need a specific answer to something. And myself, one of the team will be getting back to you with anything like, you know, that you need answers on. I will be bringing in eventually some guest expert speakers as well in the world of wealth and wealth creation. So I'm looking forward to diversifying this show to bring you that as well. Because after all, you know, if you like, when you're on the purposeful path, you stop questioning and second guessing yourself. You really do. It just becomes ingrained within you every day that you're stepping forward. You wake up with the kind of energy that makes your soul sing, and you surrender, you know, to the emotions, if you like. You just, you know, what is, and you know, and we get on. I call them my 50 shades of grey. They're all welcome, and you emerge even more as your true self. And I want that for each and every one of you. So as an introduction to this series, it's important to realize really that hundreds of generations prior to us have thought about the process of money. And the most important message is really for wealth creation has everything to do with how you behave and very little to do with what you understand of the what some people I think puts people off is the complicated formulas, you know, that have to do with money, like, you know, returns on investments. And I'm an accountant, and you know, I had a lot of years in the finance industry, so I understand all of these ratios, calculations, all sorts of things. But yet a lot of people, that is where all this fear and doubt comes. I don't understand that. I don't know enough. I'm not good enough. I can't do maths. All these things that, you know, that prop up. And that's what causes the fear and doubt and stops people in their tracks. So if you do nothing else, if this is where you say, God, this is bullshit, I'm not watching this, she doesn't know what she's talking about, please do one thing, just one thing for me. Change this one thing, how you behave with money. Will you do that? Give me a hell yes in the box. That's the first step. Please change how you behave with money. And ask yourself this, is it your own money code that's the problem? Is it? The story that you're telling yourself? What is it? I'm curious. Pop your comments in the box. Let me know what you really think. So July's with me. That's awesome. To discover the true value of your existing money code, you really need to establish how you are valuing your time. What is your time worth to you? It's an interesting question. And I've seen lots of things and lots of different models and exercises. And I have, you know, my own version that I've learned from my mentor that I think is very, very insightful. So I have, like I said, I have an exercise on this. If you're curious and want to know more, then comment here. You know, I want to know my time worth. And I'll do a separate pop-up. I'll do a separate live on this topic and share it with you along with a worksheet that you can actually, you know, fill in as we go along through that. So that's of interest, you know, pop in a comment, and then we can go from there. The guys in the team will get back to us, and we'll create a date for it. My mentor is one of my mentors is Paul Council, and he is wow, one of the most impactful mentors I've ever worked with. He's created 4 multi-million-dollar businesses. He is a wealth of wisdom and knowledge, and not just knowledge, experiential knowledge. He's, you know, put his money where his mouth is. He's taken the action. He's built the businesses. He's got the results. And really, they are the people like that are who you need to follow. You want to, you know, work with and learn from. You know, it's not people who just talk about things and don't have the results, really. I have results, not as much as Paul, no, it's growing, but I do have results. So it's entirely up to you if you want to, you know, follow and work with me as well. So Paul said to me, you know, and I have to say I do agree that you can't unlearn a money code as it's ingrained within, yet you can learn a new money code. After all, you know, when your burn rate is higher than your earn rate, you're never going to get financially ahead. And do you want that? Do you want to stay where you are? Look, if you're happy plodding along and doing what you're doing, you know, with different things, then there's nothing wrong with that. There's no right or wrong here. All I want to do is show a different way of doing things, a different way of looking things, of creating the you know, wealth and time, money, freedom in your life for those that choose it. It is a choice, and I'm fully respectful of that. This isn't for everyone. So what is the right money code? It's a good question, right? And the answer to that question will come as we move through the 10 steps to wealth in the coming weeks. With access to these steps and doing the work, the exciting thing is that you can make every day a paid holiday. What's that? Imagine never having to end your summer holidays and go back to work ever again. The steps that we'll go through week after week, there's 10 steps, and they're going to show you how to turn, you know, to turn worry into confidence and stress into joy, gain more confidence, more income, more freedom, things that, you know, time you want to do for yourself. Make up for lost time without taking risk. And I think that's a big thing. And I think the older we get, I'm in my 50s now, and the older we get, we start to realize, shit, it's too late for me. I can't do anything. It's too risky. I can't, do these things. So there's strategies and things that I can show you as we go, through this journey, where you can make up for lost time without taking on more risk. There are ways to do that. You gain support from me in order to ensure your success. I'm here to help you with this journey. There's a raft of programs, there's retreats coming as part of the Warrior Within series, launching in January. There's going to be at least 8 retreats every year. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited at what, how the impact and the role on impact, if you like, of people's lives these are going to bring. Build confidence and increase your influence. It's going to create money results that, others will envy. They'll be saying, shit, how does she do that? Or how did he do that? Or, I want that. They just see an innate light that, shines from within you when you really tap into a lot of the work that we'll be doing. And you stop the work stress, the not enough time, not enough money treadmill. I'm sure if you followed me before, you'll have heard me many times speak about this. And you raise quickly the status and become more, and I'll say, do you become more successful than your friends? Financially, probably. Success it means different things for a lot of people, so I don't want to categorize that so much. You'll overflow with confidence, and as a result of that, you're like a shining beacon for more opportunities. People want to connect with you, collaborate, different events, all sorts of things like that. There's an interesting one next week, actually, on the Inspired to Thrive show. That's Wednesday, the 10th of November at 3 p.m. Perth time, where I'll be talking to the gorgeous Tammy Ritchie, and it's all about how you can, share the value in your products and services for free. It's a beautiful opportunity that I'm blessed to be partnered with. So there's lots of different benefits from coming for all of these 10 steps, and I'm really looking forward to getting with you, if you like, as we go through the journey. But now what I'd like to share with you is 4 money mistakes that keep you stuck, broke, and financially frustrated. So hands up if that's you. If you ever felt stuck, broke, or financially frustrated. I know I have, many a time. And it's not a pleasant feeling. So I want to just go through these 4 mistakes that a lot of people fall into the trap of that. The first one is living out someone else's money story. Because most of our major beliefs about money are formed in childhood, by watching or listening to our parents and families. So if your parents, perhaps constantly used phrases like, money doesn't grow on trees, or rich people are snobs, you have to work really hard if you want to make more money, or even money's the root of all evil, the odds are you soaked up those beliefs. You also soaked up the way that your parents reacted to and acted with their own money. So here's some questions that you can think about. Did your parents fight about finances, perhaps? What was that like for you growing up? How did you feel when that happened? Did one parent hide spending from another? So therefore making you think spending at all was shameful? Did your parents perhaps constantly make you or feel each other, guilty because they never had enough? This happens a lot, when I talk to clients, a lot of these things come out, the things that have happened throughout their childhood. Did you watch them juggle different bills to put necessities, on credit or lay-by, those sorts of things, just to get by, to make sure that you were loved and cared for, you had a roof over your head, food on the table, something warm to sleep in and to wear? This happens with so many families. There's no right or wrong judgment here. It's just, it's the way it is. All of these situations, though, seep into our conscious and form our beliefs about money. This, and the money story that we live out in our life. But the good news is They aren't yours. And the better news is that you don't have to continue to live out this old story. The truth is that you can change your limiting beliefs and rewrite your own money story, one that's positive, expansive, and exciting. And I think that's fantastic. So that's mistake number one. The second mistake is keeping your head in the sand. And it's a big mistake that some of the, mompreneurs and other entrepreneurs that I work with in business and business coaching make, is to ignore their finances completely. So here's a few of the questions you can ask yourself. Do you procrastinate on money-making activities? Do you hesitate to open bills, look at your bank statements, or even send out invoices or requests for money? Do you know your numbers? From your monthly expenses to how much money you bring every month, to how much is left exactly, or that you owe on your business credit card, and what's the interest rate? All of these questions, do you know the answers to them? I call it my financial dashboard. Again, we can get into that some other time. Do you lack a true plan for your financial future because you keep telling yourself it's fine, things will work themselves out? If I had $1 for every time I heard that from a client, wow, that would be a good little sum of money. All of these are ways that you're keeping yourself in the dark about your finances, and I invite you to wake up, because if you truly want to feel more empowered around money and make a copious amounts of cash you deserve as a CEO of your own life, you have to take a real honest look at your financial situation. So mistake number 3, holding on to the past money grudges and mishaps. I'm sure we've all done this. Have you ever been taken financially advantage of? I'm not proud of it, but I was a victim of an internet scam, a love dating scam, whatever it happens to be. I was lonely, looking for connection. Have you ever been taken advantage of by someone else? There's no shame. I'd love to know. For example, did you take on a car loan in your name for someone else and then they defaulted on it? Sometimes we act as guarantors for people and it goes wrong. Or did you ever borrow, did you ever borrow money from a sibling or a friend and purposely or not ever give it back to them? So sometimes we can be the victim of a scam or a money grudge, but we can also be the perpetrator too, can't we? If you borrow and don't pay back. And did you rack up tons of debts in college because you lived off credit cards and beat yourself up because you're still paying them off? All those HEX debts? Do you ever feel that you should have started earlier when it comes to saving, investing, paying off that debt or bringing in more income? Holding on to any past money grudges you have against someone else or beating yourself up for past money mistakes can literally be blocking your abundance in the here and now. You have to forgive and let go of every single one of these instances if you truly want to create the space in your life for maximum abundance. Please let it go. Let it go. I can't sing, but that's what Elsa says. So if it's good for her, it's good for us, right? Mistake number 4 is having a vision for your financial future. It's really hard to get what you want when you don't know what it is. It's easy to get sucked into thinking short term because things feel okay. But short term thinking will never get you the long term results that you're looking for. That said, if you're prone to keeping your head in the sand around money, it's also just as likely that you don't have a clear vision for what you'd ideally like your financial future to look like. To win at the money game, you need a long-term vision. Your current financial situation doesn't have to represent your future. Think about what it would look like if all your money problems were magically solved and your financial life was completely transformed. So what does your financial life look like? How are you making money? And where are you living? How does your relationship with money feel like now? Do you still hide your head in the sand? Or do you feel confident and capable and empowered around handling your money? Do you know exactly how to attract more of it, keep it, or make it work for you? Sounds incredible, right? But now I also want you to think about what your life might look like in 3 years' time if this relationship with money doesn't change. The truth is, time is of the essence when it comes to becoming a financially empowered CEO. Not taking action on fixing your money mindset and letting go of your financial fears is the most expensive choice you can make. It's very important to realize that. If you're ready to not only get super clear on your big money vision, but also clear up the money fears so you can attract abundance with ease, then you definitely must grab today's freebie workbook. We'll post the link in the comments, or drop me a GIF, or send me the workbook, and one of the team will connect with you. In the workbook, the gift is all about finding out what's holding you back from living your ideal day every day. Get clear on your fears. And it starts with an ideal day exercise, writing out the following. What would an ideal day in your life look like with zero limitations? No time, money, or responsibilities or fears. And there's a set of questions that you can go through and ask yourself. I invite you to take an hour of your time just to really sit down with a conscious cuppa and work through it. Once you've done that, I then ask you to reread all your answers and make a list of all of the negative beliefs that come up. Things like, it's greedy to want a beachfront condo, or who am I kidding, I'll never make 20,000 a month. And keep this list handy for the future work we'll be doing. Also, I want you to look out for the upcoming webinar where I'm going to share what we will be doing. So let me give it a go now in the next 90 seconds. Why it's important to act now, to learn a simple strategy to multiply the value of the money you've already had without needing to get more money to do it. How exciting is that? You know how you really want to increase your wealth, move towards a lifestyle of choice? Well, there's good news. You only have to do one thing. Change one thing, that's right. I was shown this strategy several years ago, and I already see the impact of my own decision to say yes, to change this one thing. And the great news is I can now share this strategy with you. Perhaps you're thinking, that's a big promise. Well, yes, it is, but it's a true promise. Perhaps you've heard the phrase, if you do what you've always done, you always get what you've got. And therein lies the problem. Especially if you do want better money results, you must simply change the habit that you've not been aware of. If you do keep doing what you've always done, your whole life remains consumed in the work stress, money stress, not enough time treadmill. And you can't just break the spiral. Is it time to stop going down the old money pathway? To stop struggling with stress, debt, and drowning in financial commitments? To stop the lunacy of what you've always done? Yes, it is, isn't it? All you have to do is say yes to wanting a new future based on information that rich people already know. You already know financial freedom, or time and money freedom, I like to call it, is a matter of doing the right thing at the right time. That's right, isn't it? Well, you're in the right place, and the right time is to take advantage of this once in a generational opportunity. An opportunity that isn't going to last forever. The fact is, only until we see the next market collapse, is my belief. The purpose of this training is actually to start awakening wealth by showing you how to increase your money's value without increasing your risk. You take action. There's going to be a small fee for this training because I'm serious about supporting those of you who are serious about your financial future. Yet it will be less than your daily supply of coffee in a week. So next week, I look forward to welcoming you to Awakening Wealth Step 1, the internal conversations with yourself. So until then, have a beautiful day, and I look forward to reading your comments when you've watched this live. Till next time, remember, be your own wealth guru. Do whatever it takes. Bye for now.